Hello and welcome, beautiful souls. This is Golden Lion Tarot bringing you a pick a card tarot reading. Today's discussion is messages from your children. So, a lot of us are parents, and if you are a parent, you well know that it is not an easy job. Yes, there is beautiful, gracious, like sacred moments that we do have with our children, and they are the moments that really glue our relationship with our child. But also sometimes the not so easy moments also create the glue, and then that beautiful relationship um, blossoms into a lifelong friendship. Okay, so if we are lucky and if we have the proper tools to raise our children in a healthy way. All right, so being a parent myself, actually, I am a single mother. I have had 3 children and I've raised children both unawakened and also awakened. So I have had a progression in the way I raise my children, and I thought that it would be a great time for us parents to get together. I've asked Spirit to join us and to guide me through this reading so that I can give some hopeful helpful tidbits, and then you can go ahead and make your own decision and maybe implement some of it into your lives and maybe not. So take what resonates for you always and leave the rest for the next person that is looking for some other tidbits of this reading. Okay, so we've got 3 piles today, and I went ahead and put tumbled stones at the bottom, and I've asked these crystals to assist with this reading today, help to bring clarity to me and my viewers. And each crystal holds a different vibration that I usually correlate to our chakras, but today I decided to do a little something different, and I looked up what other intuitives have said about these crystals and what they might do to help us. So this first crystal is blue lace agate, and it is said that blue lace agate is great for neutralizing anger. So if you need help with anger issues for you or anyone in your family, this would be a good stone for them to hold on to and to ask for help with their inner anxiety, and to help. This crystal also helps to repair our relationships. So thank you, Blue Lace Agate, for being here and helping with this reading, helping us to navigate our relationships and to repair them. All right, the second crystal that we have is a chrysocolla. And the spiritual benefits of chrysocolla, what I found is it said that it helps to release past traumas, release negative feelings, and also to release resentments. So feelings of resentment, negative feelings, and the releasing of past traumas. All right, and our last crystal we have is an amethyst. Amethyst, I always connect to my crown chakra, but today I looked up the helpful insights from other intuitives, and I found that them saying that it helps to relieve stress, anxiety, as well as symptoms that relate to headaches and fatigue, which headaches and fatigue are usual conditions from stress, anxiety, and it also helps to aid in the regeneration of our body, mind, and soul. So thank you, little amethyst, for being here with us and for sharing your great abilities of healing. Okay, so we've got 3 piles today. Take all the time that you need. Maybe 1 pile will be for you. Maybe all 3 piles will be for you. That's for you to decide. If you need an extra minute or 10, take all the time you need to meditate or do what you do to find the pile that is right for you. So welcome to this reading, pile number 1. Today we are asking for messages from our children or helpful tidbits, helpful any sort of information that can help us to enhance the relationship that we have with our child or children. Right, and you chose pile number 1, and your stone today is this beautiful blue lace agate, which helps to neutralize anger. It also helps to heal inner anxiety and to repair relationships. All right. So thank you for being here today, pile number 1. Let's get into your reading. So messages today from our children and what we can do to help foster healthier relationships within this dynamic. Right, so your first card is, okay, I asked Spirit to show me how the energy of the child as well as the energy of the parents that will be viewing this pile. And for the children's energy, I've got the porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. Very cute. Hey, porcupines can be worried. I just get the feeling of one that is like worried that they're going to be attacked and on the like are ready for a fight, maybe. Ooh. Then we've got the snake spirit, time to heal. So yes, it is. It's time to heal, guys. That's been the journey for me for a good almost 10 years now, and it's probably, yeah, we're getting close to 10 years this winter for me. So it looks like it's time to heal for you guys also. So that's really awesome to see. We've got the snake spirit. Then we've got truth. So I asked Spirit, what is it that you guys have so much trouble with between the two of you? So between the porcupine and between the snake spirit, it looks like you guys are having trouble delivering truths to one another. Okay. Then for your child's energy, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes they might be slow. We've got the Seeker of Visions. They may be dreamy, slow and dreamy. Right. So now another issue you may be having is dealing with your instincts with your child. Right. And for the parent energy, we've got the Forge, which would be number 14. Temperance in the regular deck. Then we've got the Ten of Boons. Ten of Pentacles for the parent energy. And then we've got Who Am I Ready to Forgive for the energy between the two of you. So let's put that right there. So who am I ready to forgive? Okay, so it looks like the energy here, somebody here is wanting to open up an avenue for something different, for a new type of energy to be anchored. Could be you're even ready to say I'm sorry for something, or your child is, maybe both of you. Okay, so when I'm looking at these energies, I can't help but notice that these two cards, they're both animals that are, it's like humans are afraid of both of these animals. Like, I can't tell you how many people I know that are afraid of snakes. And when it comes to porcupines, I mean, a porcupine can even demolish a dog, right? I have a sister that her dog had so many porcupine quills in him. I mean, she took it to the vet. It had, I can't remember how many, but it was like over 100 quills in his skin. The porcupine, it almost like needled its eyes closed, had him going through its nose, its mouth. It couldn't even open its mouth, and they were just all over its legs, and it was a serious situation. She was scared for its dog's well-being. So I would say that if your child's coming in as a porcupine, that your child has some spunk to them. They know how to get you. They know how to upset you. They know how to anger you. They know how to like drive the needle in exactly where they know it's going to push your buttons. And then I would say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in this situation, okay? Because you being the snake spirit just shows me that, you know, like porcupines throw their they don't throw their quills, but they just like jab their opponent all over the place. Whereas like the snake spirit is more going to precisely direct an attack. So I would feel like the snake spirit is more of a mature spirit, more focused attack, whereas the porcupine is just like giving off not the venom, but the spikes in many directions. So I feel like your child might catch you off guard when they throw bombs at you, whereas that your child's going to know more so what's going to push your buttons and attack. Like, you're just going to attack it the same sort of thing over and over again, whereas you feel like your child may attack you out of nowhere. So yeah, this is some serious. You guys both have a very I almost feel like this is a karmic situation where you guys have been doing this lifetime after lifetime, coming in, being different relatives, and playing out the scenario of pushing your buttons and attacking and because the truth is in between the both of you. So I feel like the truth is the thing that you use to hurt each other. And I don't think that you try to hurt your child, but I do think your child tries to hurt you sometimes because they believe that that truth will help you. So if they were able to deliver this information a little bit differently, then maybe you would see the value in it, because I do think that they have some truths that could help you, and vice versa. So the delivery is going to be very important, and it may be so, the delivery may be so embedded into who you are as people that it's going to take a lot of determination, a lot of working the metal, forging the steel, even magic, incantations, just all sorts of molding, bending, cooling, heating, working to get a new way of having an instinctual truth delivered to each other. Right, so who's going to be the one to do that? Will it be the mature energy, or will it be the younger version, the child energy? the younger version of you energy. So I see the mature energy, the parent energy working and bringing forth. I see that you're very interested in healing and changing and creating a new spark into your life. I see that family is very important to you, that you really enjoy focusing your life around celebrating and festivities within the family and creating like a beautiful atmosphere for your family to be comfortable and to want to come and just hang out at and enjoy one another. And I feel like your child is more in an energy of more of like a self-centered energy where you may feel that they're procrastinating, dragging their feet, looking at their surroundings a bit more than you would like to see. In some way, you feel that they're dragging their feet. They're not pulling their weight in the way that you would like to see them do so. This is going to be in so many different ways for all of you. For some of you, your child is doesn't have their own money source. They're still dependent upon you for their money and their well-being. And you know that you could like bring change upon that at any given moment. So you feel like you have the upper hand on them, which they feel that's a way of controlling them, and they do feel the underlying possibility of you hurting them in this way, which makes them feel insecure. And for others of you, the child's going to be way too young that there's no way you could take the financial security away. Okay, this is like so many different ages I'm feeling in this reading. But all in all, I'm feeling, it's almost like you feel like your child may be one of your biggest triggers in this lifetime. All right, let's look for some more clarity. Show me why this slow-moving Knight of Pentacles and this visionary, this dreamer, idealistic person. What is this about? Okay. So your child may be not knowing exactly what they want to do with their life. They don't see where they're going to be in 10 years, and you may know exactly where you want them to be in 10 years. But they don't have that same direction that you have for them, and that's okay. They don't need to have that right now. Show me more. Okay, we got it. I'm just gonna, that was quite a few. Show me more. Oh, you want to come out like that as a threesome. Okay, so your child got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, and we've got the Empress. So your child is just like at the beginning of learning what they're passionate about. They want to take their time and enjoy like what they have in life, and they want to enjoy the comforts that they have right now. They want to kick back because they're just not sure where they're supposed to be next. Though they want to feel like they have it all. They want to feel like they have it all and they're able to just be comfortable right now in the not knowing. They don't want to have the pressure of what tomorrow's going to bring to them right now. And let's see where you are on this. So you've got the Seven of Swords. You feel like someone may be taking from you. You just want to like kind of relax and not worry about things and just let like life take care of itself, but you don't know if you can do that. Three of Cups. So you want to be able to just celebrate with your child and to feel like there is no gap there between the age that you have between the two of you, and that you can come together with different views on life, but initially like have a very similar view. But that's not necessarily what I'm picking up on. Like, you're gonna have different views. So maybe let's talk about these triggers a little bit. It feels like somebody here may be explosive, like a ticking bomb about to go off. There could be like a disconnection here. Show me more about this Instinct and Truth card, Spirit. So we've got the Three of Hearts over the Truth and Instinct. So I feel like, and then we've got the Ace of Cups. So this is the desired effect. Like a calm, emotional moment. You feel like you have this calm, emotional moments once in a while, but then this horrible explosion comes off. And that's because I believe that your child is like your biggest trigger. And I also believe that triggers are not are not your child's fault, or I believe that triggers are not your fault. They're usually formed from like hurt, fragmented pieces of ourselves, usually from when we were a child, from the way our parents raised us. They instilled the belief that by the age of, let's say, by the age of 17, you should have your life figured out. You should know what college you want to go to. You should know what profession you want to be in. And then maybe you grow up and you have different views, but that's instilled within you. And then your child comes to about this age and you start worrying about their future, right? Then that could become a trigger if your child is not paying attention to their future and what in the security that you believe they should be stepping into next. Like when we believe our children are not acting in the way that we believe that they should, then this can also bring out this disharmony, this triggered aspect. Like maybe our parents believed we should only marry rich, wealthy men or a man that could fix a home. Then we may carry a piece of that belief embedded into us and not even realize it. But when our child comes to the age of dating, we may not believe that the person that they are dating is good enough for them because they don't hold the ability to fix a home, or they don't have the type of money that we believe our child deserves to have. So let's see. What is Spirit's advice? What is Spirit's advice for this? So Spirit doesn't want us to put our burdens onto our children. If we release the expectations that we have on our children, then it will open up a door for greater opportunities for our child and for us to feel healthy. All right, I'm also getting one more scenario now, and this can relate to me. I just see a lot of explosions in this between parent and child. This relates to my child. I had a child that had, let's say, anger issues. I'll just say that. I don't know the proper terminology for this. We did not go for therapy, although I think therapy is an amazing, amazing thing to do. I ended up being able to find a way to work with my child with this. So I know that when I have 3 children, my last child had some anger issues. When he'd get angry, the whole house felt like it was going to come crumbling down. Okay. And sometimes, and when I wasn't awake, when he was quite young, so about 3, 4, when I wasn't awake, sometimes I would yell back at him, thinking if I yelled louder, that he would shut his mouth and he would stop carrying on and stop breaking things. But I realized that that would just anger him more. And after a few years of dealing with that, I decided to go at it from a different angle. And I started asking him to take time. If he's angry, then he needs to take time in his room. I explained to everyone else in the household if he had to go into his room, then that meant nobody else was to enter because he needed time to be with himself, to surrender to the situation so that he didn't repress his anger anymore, but that he would be able to find a way to express himself to me. And maybe we would be able to come to like an agreement where he wouldn't have to feel so cornered or so angry or so like suppressed or whatever he was feeling. All right. And then after a few years, I saw my child. Now this child that I have is 11 years old, and he is so mature. He's sometimes more mature than my teenager. He's here we go. We've got the strength card. See, so I see a few different scenarios in this reading. The point is this: Spirit's acknowledging all of these different scenarios because, and I'm sure there's probably more scenarios out there that this reading's relating to, but you do have the strength to form a different instinct. So instead of me flying off the handle when my child did, now I have the instinct. Now my instinct, anytime somebody is angry, and every time somebody is angry around me, is to give them love. It's to back away, realize that they're not getting what they need to feel safe, and that they're acting out, right? So who are you ready to forgive? Maybe you need to forgive yourself. And maybe you need to forgive your child. I am not what has happened to me. I am who I choose to become. It is time to let go, forgive, and move onward. Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? There we go. There it is. Sometimes both, right? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become? And how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? And down here it gives like an idea. Write a forgiveness letter. So for some of you, maybe you're going to need to write a forgiveness letter. Maybe it's so far gone that they won't speak to you, and you're going to need to pick up a pen and paper and mail a letter. And taking a whole different approach, using a brand new instinctual way of dealing with this situation. And they will open up in a brand new way for you if you do this. So instead of going shopping and buying yourself new clothes to make yourself feel better, let's look at the situation head on, right? Surrender and And if we're able to do that, then I believe that the person that this reading is pertaining to will find it in their heart to bring out a new way of dealing with you in return as a respectful human being, to as from one respectful human being to another respectful human being. All right. So I send you so much love as you navigate your relationships. And if this reading touched you in any way, if you found any of this information valuable, please subscribe to my channel. Please leave me a like, and please leave me a little comment to let me know that this has affected you and you enjoyed it. All right. Until next time, take care. Hello and welcome, pile number 2. Today we are asking Spirit through the use of my tarot cards for some messages from our children. So if you are a parent, then this reading is for you. If you're not a parent, maybe you can pick up some information for a relationship, but I did focus and meditate on the relationships that my viewers are having with their with their children. So today we have this chrysocolla for pile number 2, and when I looked up what other intuitives believed chrysocolla was good for, I found that the chrysocolla, let's see, I wrote it down. The spiritual benefits of the chrysocolla helps to release past traumas, negative feelings, and resentments. All right, and I associate the chrysocolla with my heart chakra. I think it's a great tool for opening up the heart, and as you release these negative feelings, your heart opens up wider and wider, and then you're more able to understand the energies that this world holds, making you wiser, smarter, and more able to help others. All right, so thank you for being with us, and let's get started. All right, so we've asked Spirit for messages from our children or from your children. All right, so first card out, we've got the Pig Spirit. Use your mind wisely. All right. So for the first card, I asked for the child's energy, and the second card will be the parent's energy. And we've got the owl spirit. You see clearly now. So a special message to many of you out there. You're seeing clearly. There's something that you're seeing clearly. All right, and then we've got obstacles and challenges. All right, so I feel like sometimes your child like pulls the rug out from underneath you. You're walking along and then bam, you're on the floor because they do something to totally disrupt your flow. All right, and then I asked for some more of the child's energy, and we've got the 8 of Visions. So I see somebody searching, looking for something, not knowing which way to go into. Then we've got the Seeker of Visions. No kidding. This is the same card that I got for pile 1. Okay, so there's going to be a message in pile number 1 there's going to be messages in pile number 1. So if you chose this pile, I encourage you to go and look at pile number 1, because the energy of the child is very similar. I'm feeling a child that is, I don't want to say lost, just not as mature as you are, okay? This child does not know, and maybe you don't know what you want to do for your life's profession, but your child really doesn't know, okay? There is a searching here. and immaturity, and that's only because it's exactly where your child's supposed to be right now. Let's see where your energy is. All right, you've got the Queen of Cups. So you're coming in with some Queen energy. You're also coming in with some Owl energy. So you're very mature. I'm feeling that you have some solidity underneath you. And it could just be the immaturity of your child because of the age of your child. You could have a very young child. All right, and then we've got Judgment. So I'm feeling like you're, wow. In both of your energies, you're sitting here with like, oh my goodness. I feel like you're probably having a big spiritual awakening right now. If that's you, then yes. Give me a thumbs up. Write it in the description. Let me know that you're here, because if you are, I salute you. It is a huge thing to be going to, like, just opening up your eyes and seeing that your whole life you've been taught one way, and but you feel an inner calling within you, and then you start seeing things totally different. Wow, I feel like you're going through like a very like strenuous or tough part of your awakening right now. You could be in the dark night of your soul where everything falls apart. But I'm also seeing that you're needing some sort of sweet release. I feel like, oh, you just like, I feel like you're dealing with a lot of pain and trauma right now. And then you've got this little child over here. Your child feels very innocent. So it could be a very young child. Or else this child doesn't know what they want in life at all yet. They're just very new. Okay, we've also got, oh, so for another struggle between you is your enlightenment. So your awakening is also calling obstacles between you and your child. And that could be because you were training your child to be a certain way. And now all of a sudden your eyes have been opened, your heart has been opened, and you're seeing things differently. And now you decide you want to raise your children in another way. This happened to me. I began awakening when two of my children were young, grade school, quite young. One of them was like this child's size in this picture. So, and then I started parenting different. So it could be this is happening for you. I send you so much love if this is the case. All right, on whom am I placing blame right now? All right, so it could be sometimes you're not sure. We'll read that a little bit later. Who to blame when you're feeling overwhelmed and underappreciated. Okay, I'm also getting the energy that your child, I feel like you give your child so much, like every ounce of you. I feel like maybe you possibly were neglected a bit in your when you were a child, or something has made you really like laser-eyed focused on raising your child in a loving atmosphere. Like, this child will never grow up and not know that it was loved. You baby this child, you spoil this child with your love and affection, and it's a really gorgeous, beautiful thing. This child is always going to have the ability to love other people because of the way that you love this child. This child's going to have something beautiful inside of him, and you could be so strong that either your parents gave it to you or they absolutely did not. There's something that your parents were probably big time lacking in that made you grow to be so wise that you're coming in as an owl. So kudos to you. And if that's the case, then yeah, I'd love to know that too, because that's amazing, awesome energy to be that I'm reading for right now. All right, let's pull some more cards. We'll see where your child is and where you are. Let's see. Where's your child? What is your child? Three of Wands. Okay, so I feel like your child may have like a lot of demands. They may just like stand at the edge of the cliff and say, okay, that's what I want. I want that over there and this over here and this over there. They just might like point and say, I want that, that, and that. And I feel like you probably come running to them a lot of times and hand them exactly what they want. It's almost like you are their magical wand. Okay, so and you see them like being very creative and being a kid, and you love just like sitting back and watching them be a kid and be creative. But a lot of times they mess the house right up big time, and you just like you have your hands full to the point that they don't know how to like pick up their crayons or pick up their dirty dishes, something. I feel like sometimes they make you feel like a servant or that you are not being appreciated. See, what are you dealing with? So sometimes you just want to get the hell out of there. It's just like too much. I think you want to give your child so much to the point that there's like nothing left but like a gray surface for you to enjoy. So sometimes, yeah, if that's the case, oh man, I can relate to that energy too. Like just wanting to love your kids so much that there's nothing left of you. So that's going to be for some of you. Show me where your parent is. So I feel like it might be time for you to look at your child and tell them, hey, let's try going down this path. I know this path isn't going to be as gracious and exciting for you, but I'll tell you what, like there's something to be said of having responsibilities when we're a child, because I know that, like, I thank God that my parents made me have chores. When I would go to my dad's house, I would have to do wood. When I was home at my mother's home, I was taught to cook for the whole family. I was taught to do laundry. I was taught to do dishes. I had to clean the house and keep the whole house vacuumed, clean. We all had, me and my sister both had our jobs there. And I'm very thankful for that because I've grown up to be a very, I have really good work ethics because of that. So I think that you're so worried about giving your child a great life, and that's so awesome. But there could be also something beautiful of giving them some chores and some responsibilities. So maybe it's time to start breaking some habitual patterns that you instilled into your household. Because I see that I don't see a lot of anger here. Let me see the anger. What is the anger of this parent here? I don't think that you're an angry person, but I want to see like how you're feeling. Okay, so there is, I am. So I just feel like you're being neglected somehow. You may feel angry somewhere inside of you that you're feeling like you're being taken advantage of. It feels like you would do anything for your child, move the sun and the stars for them. But then they might like do something like out of the blue, like just, oh, can I do this? And you're still busy like cleaning up the mess from this situation, and they're already giving you another job. Like you might drive them to practice, to soccer practice or whatever practice. And you might go to their games after working and everything. Then you get a day to relax, sleep, catch up on things. And then they ask if they can have a friend over, and you honestly debate it, and it might make you a little bit crazy. All right. So, it's good to give our children beautiful things, but I tell my children I am not their servant, that I do so much for them because out of the love that I have for them. But then there are just some days that I am depleted, okay? And I know this is happening for you, and you're not going to be able to do so much. And on those days, I thank God that I taught them how to rinse their dishes and leave them in the sink. And I thank God that I taught them how to grab something easy to eat when I'm not able to cook. So it may be time to start teaching them little things like picking up, I keep seeing like picking up their paints or crayons or whatever it is that they're using to invent, because your children have really great imaginations, and they're really like, look, you're allowing them to really search all over to find themselves. And I think that's beautiful. I think it's just like natural for you to support and to allow someone to grow. Really beautiful. You're like cultivating a very beautiful atmosphere for them, but you are important too, and your awakening is also very important, and it's going to call for times that you need to just surrender to your awakening and or to whatever you have going on, and resting, taking care of your beautiful body and your beautiful mind and your beautiful soul. Be there for you too. So maybe a little bit of alone time would be helpful for you if you can find a way to do that. All right. So another thing is we influence each other's energy way more than people realize. So it's okay for you to feel upset sometimes. It's okay for you to come to your child and let them know that you feel that you need something. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to let pain move through your body. And this way we're able to send love to it, and we're able to like shift the frequency. So if we talk to our child, even if our child's very young, you say, mommy needs this, mommy needs that. So you need to learn how to take care of, feed the fish on this day, feed the kitty every day. That's your job. And make sure it gets done. Then you can add another job. All right. Things like that might help, because in the future, they're going to really pay off. All right. So let's see. On whom am I placing blame right now? A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. That's awesome. And a person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Nice. So take responsibility on whom you are placing the blame right now. Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart. You will be led. Yeah, you just have like a lot going on. So I want you to be taking care of yourself. We've got, let's see. I want to just find out, like, see what else is going on for you. Let's see what else is going on for pile 2. All right. So I see that your child just takes like front and center stage for you. Okay, but I also see that your companion, it could be that you're going through something with a twin flame also. Something else is taking your energy. Some other could be that you have that your child's father or mother is your twin flame, and you're dealing with like a separation or a change in your relationship status or a change in the way that you guys love one another, or how you guys come together or don't come together. I feel like I just keep feeling like you may feel like a fish out of water at times, like things just aren't exactly steady, but you hold a very steady vibration for your child. All right, anything else that's going on for pile 2? Being a parent and dealing with everything. All right, so you've got the 8 of Pentacles. So a spirit just wants you to know that there's so many things that are surrounding you right now, and there's so many new things that are on your horizon. And even though things may feel unsteady, like this is an opportunity for things to fall out of your life so that you can hold on to what you truly love, what you truly believe in, what you truly want in your future. So take steps to secure that future for yourself, and do that with your child too. If you want your child to be doing the dishes every other day with you in the future, then do steps for that to happen. Show them how to take their plate to the sink when they are done. If you put a little effort into this, it's going to bring you a lot of like support and security that you deserve to have. You won't feel like you're all alone if somebody's also supporting you. You won't feel like so confused if your child also finds ways to support you. Instead of treating your child like almost like they can't do anything for themselves, then it's going to bring in, like if you release that energy, then you're going to be able to bring in something really great for both of you. And under the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hanged Man. So you may be in a stage of transition and just trying out new things. So find the things that you enjoy and release the things that are not working for you. All right. So thank you for being a part of this reading, pile 2. I send you so much love as you navigate these energies. And I ask you please to leave me a like, subscribe to this channel. That way I can bring forth more messages for you. And if you could leave me a little comment, let me know what's going on. If any of this is happening for you, I'd love to know. All right. Until next time, take care. Hello and welcome, pile number 3, to this reading all on getting messages from our children. Thought it would be good to get some, ask Spirit for some messages and maybe some helpful pointers. Give us a little heads up on maybe something we could do differently or something we could enhance, or whatever comes through will come through. And you chose this beautiful little amethyst tumbled stone, which connects to our crown chakra. And I looked up what other intuitives found with these stones, and they have believed that this helps to alleviate stress and anxiety, as well as symptoms that relate to headaches and fatigue. This stone aids in the regeneration of the body, mind, and soul. So the amethyst stone helps relieve headaches and fatigues. And actually, now that I think about it, we do use our amethyst stone. We place it on our heads, me and my children, when we have headaches, and it has helped to alleviate some of that pain. So if you are experiencing this, maybe amethyst crystal could help you. Of course, you have to ask it to do so. These crystals need to be charged with your energy, so you need to talk to them in order for them to help you with your problems. And I've asked these stones to help me with this reading today, and to also help guide you to the proper pile that is right for you. All right. So thank you for being here and for joining me with this reading. Let's get into the cards. So I'm asking Spirit for messages from your children, or messages that have to do with your children. And first out, we've got the Stag Spirit. So your child is coming in with this stag energy. And if I'm correct, the top of this box, so the creator of this deck used, I gotta find the box, I'm pretty sure it does. The creator of this deck used this particular stag to define the whole deck. Yes, Colette Baron Reed. So that's a pretty significant being that your child's coming in for as. I don't always read the author's meaning behind the cards, and I never did with this deck. I just used my own interpretations. But to me, that's symbolizing that your child has a very strong sense of willpower, which is an amazing and a beautiful thing, but it can also be tricky at times. All right, let's see. Then you're coming in as the scarab beetle spirit. Very cool. I love the scarab beetle spirit. So scarab beetles just always stood out to me in the world. When I was a little girl, I used to play with them. So I have like a very significant love toward beetles. All right, then the friction between you can be balance. So sometimes you can feel that your child sets you off balance, or vice versa. You can do the same to your child. You can feel like you're having like a completely fine time, and then your child offsets that energy for you. That's what it can feel like. But know that anytime that happens to us, it's something that's imbalanced within ourselves. All right, but this is being opened up through your relationship with your child. Okay, now we've got the 8 of Wands for your child and the Seeker of Boons. Okay, then for your energy, we've got, whoa, the Queen of Swords. Okay, coming in as a mature swords being. Then we've got the 9 of Spells, the 9 of Wands. So you can feel like you need to guard yourself sometimes. And let's see, so sometimes your child and you offset your creative nature. We've got creation. So you and your child have the ability to create something really amazing here, but once in a while you guys offset that and almost disturb each other's ability to be creative. All right, then we've got, am I apologizing for my truth? Okay, so sometimes I believe it is important to apologize for our truth. And I believe this card is not going to talk about it in that way. But sometimes when we deliver a truth in a way that is not if we're so irritated that we deliver a truth and it's not with a loving intent, then it can feel very off balance. And I see the number 11. I just keep seeing you and your child in this card. So it's like you guys are each other's equal in some way. Okay. So when I feel like your child, let's look at this a moment. I feel like your child is definitely a powerful being. And I believe you are too. But I feel like when you irritate one another, because I'm looking for the irritations in order to help enhance people's relationships today. Sometimes you got to look at the negative in order to allow the positive to blossom. And that's what I do with my readings a lot of times. So don't be offended if we do that a bit. None of us are perfect. We're all just learning to get along and to love one another properly. All right. So I believe sometimes when you throw your child off balance, that you may do so in more of like a nitpicky way. Like, you may watch them do, you may watch them being in their creative nature, and you may like nitpick, oh, if you pick that up now, then you wouldn't have such a big mess at the end. Or I can see you just like always giving your child a better way to do something, a better way to do something. Like kind of how like a bug will fly around like an animal's eyes, and the animal will like doesn't have hands to swat it away like us humans. So you find them like rubbing their heads on things every once in a while, but they never seem to free themselves of the fly or the mosquito or the bug, which whatever. So I feel like there's times that you may be able to deliver some information in a way that's not so off kiltering, off balancing, when and you both are like these, have this really beautiful creative nature about you, and the other one can sometimes just really off balance it sometimes. I feel like the way that your child may do that to you is through maybe even angry outbursts, because I know how like stags stomp their feet and they kind of like grunt, they kind of snort. So sometimes your child may get grumbly, or they may have like a demand that comes out of nowhere, and you know that your child is just a child, and they might have like a desire to do one thing one moment and then a completely different desire the next moment, and you're like, say what? Say, what do you want to do now? Like, I'm doing this over here. So maybe if you could take a moment to just like talk to your child, like, why do you want to do that? Maybe it would be better if we did something else that's going to help me to be able to create and be who I want to be also. Then you could have a better balance. The Queen of Swords is a very direct person. That's why when I see this, am I apologizing for my truth? I believe you're not going to hold back your truth very much. I feel like because you deliver your truth so often that sometimes you have to barricade yourself. Sometimes you have to like talk to yourself like, okay, I'm not going to say this right now. It's like your child may be always waiting for your perspective, always waiting for you to give your view on something. And if you want to throw them off, you keep your mouth shut. And I think that it would be to your benefit more to maybe give them a little bit more room to make mistakes and fall off the chair when they're sitting in it wrong, just so that they can learn for themselves sometimes a little bit more. Okay, that's just what I'm seeing. If I'm wrong, guys. This is who I'm picking up for. Some of you are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Others of you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then right, this isn't for you. Because I'm definitely getting that for some of you. Okay, let me know more about this child. Sorry. Okay, that's a definite. Let me know more energies about this child. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Cups. Okay. And then we've got the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so this child feels like they get attacked sometimes. They feel that they are like really in their flowy energy, really like doing something beautiful, really enjoying life. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like someone comes at them and says, you could do it like this. And it just really disturbs them. So let's see what's going on with the. But you know, your child is childish, and you know that. And your child is definitely emotionally immature, and you know that. And you know that you could give them a lot more. Um, you could give them a more focused, understandable reason for not doing something that they're doing. All right, so we've got the Ten of Swords. So it just feels like if you weren't able to like give your honest impression of the situation, that it leaves you feeling like depleted, like you don't have what you need in it. Okay, but that's just like the way it is. It's because you're a really beautiful parent and you want what's best for your child. Sometimes it's okay for you to feel like you don't have what you need. So it kind of is like disturbing to you to not tell your child exactly what you think. And that's okay, right? It comes from a very beautiful place in your heart. This reading is just showing you that it off kilters both you and your child. That's all that that's all that I have to say about that. It's not that it's a bad thing. It comes from a beautiful place. But sometimes a beautiful thing can be given in a destructive way. So parents like have the ability to completely like, and I'm not saying you're a bully at all, not at all, but parents have the ability to completely control or bully their children. And then people wonder why they become so extravagant and rebellious as teenagers, because people need some space to make mistakes and they need space to just be creative and it all fall apart. That's how we learn from our mistakes. Children are people too, and they deserve to be fully respected and talked to with grace and love. And I think you do that a lot. I think you really do. You just always see a better way for them. But it's never too late to implement like a new strategy into the way we show our love or our empathy toward the people that we love. Right? It's okay to release something if it's not working. It's okay to just surrender to the fact that we are not perfect, even if we're doing everything from a place of love, right? And when we stay calm and we teach others how to stay calm, even during like normal, disturbing, tumultuous moments, our old selves, were taught to react like in a bad way to tumultuous moments. But that doesn't mean that we have to do that, right? Just because it's our comfort zone doesn't mean we have to change it. Or we don't have to change it. We don't have to cling on to the past. And I'm seeing that you are welcoming this change. You are fostering this change. And that's really beautiful. And your child is going to see that and pick up on you doing that. And it's going to help them to like feel like they are unbound and they're just really going to be able to be more creative. And so are you. This is also going to do that to you because I see you guys like this is a mirrored situation. So whatever like they're feeling, you're also going to feel that like the ability to not be so creative. So maybe just let them make mistakes, and maybe have a chat with them after they're done. Oh, how did you do that? Oh, okay. That's cool. I do it like this. Did that work, or did you enjoy, or how did that work for you? Like in not a snarky way, in a loving way, like how did it work? And then maybe giving them some pointers in the end. Okay, anything else want to come out for pile 3 spirits? So we've got the High Priestess. So you are feeling into you. It's like you've already felt this before. This is ready to just like turn around and become something different. You're a very fiery person too. I see you being like, you're a very emotional, fiery person. And when you feel somebody off balance, it like hurts you too. So you're feeling this, you already felt this energy before I'm speaking about it. You've got memories of probably times when this has happened. So am I apologizing for my truth? What part of you is apologizing for your truth and why? Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Today's mantra, courage is contagious. Awesome. So I see that you have the courage to admit when you've done something wrong. That's really beautiful because it's not always easy for people to do that. But I see that for you, it's something that you're ready to do or that you've done easily in the past. Because like imagine having the relationship with your child that you wanted, the relationship that you wanted to have with your parents. You could have had like fluidity and understanding each other's feelings in a healthy way. This can be what you have with your own child. Could you imagine giving your child everything you wished you had in a parent? That's something you can do. That's something that I see you doing. It's something that you are definitely a strong being and able to put up barriers and break down barriers when you see that it's time to do so. Like the world is in need of change, and our children and the way we parent is an awesome beginning to seeing this change happening. And anyone that is even watching this video, I believe, is fostering that sort of change. And I send you so much love because I see that it's important for you to be a good parent. And I thank you for being this parent that the world needs more of. So thank you for being courageous. You are so valuable in my eyes, in your child's eyes, and in all of our eyes. And your child, they feel the all the love. They know that it all comes from love. That's why they don't like, they might stammer they might stammer their feet, but they know inside that anything that you're saying actually comes from a beautiful place. All right, so I send you so much love. And if this reading hit home with you in any way, please leave me a like. Please subscribe to my channel. This way I can bring forth more of these readings. When you subscribe, I'm able to integrate your energy into my meditation and into my reading. So leave me a little comment or a long comment, whatever works for you. I love to hear what's going on with you guys and how this reading affected you. All right, so until next time, take care, everyone.